Coming up on today's LOAM, get ready for the census.
A story on the one who calls snow days.
And a new LOIQ. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Lake Orion. Today is Saturday, February 8th. I'm Hannah Mahalik.
And I'm Teddy Hirschfield. Welcome to today's special telethon edition of LOAM. We're broadcasting live this morning from the G. Brett Saunders television studio at Lake Orion High School. LOAM is Lake Orion High School's daily live newscast. We usually broadcast live at 12:55 on school days, but today we're bringing you a special edition as part of the ONTV Fish Food Drive. Today's LOAM is part of a 6-hour telethon, all in support of the Fish Food Pantry. You can donate 5 non-perishable food items or $5 to help community members in need.
How can you donate, you may ask? Well, there are 2 ways. Drive over to the ONTV studios in the Orion Center on Joslyn Road to drop off your donations. While you're there, enter to win some amazing door prizes donated by 30 business partners from Lake Orion, Rochester Hills, Oxford, and Waterford. Close to $2,000 in gifts and services are up for grabs. The 5 for 5 food drive event runs until 4 p.m. today.
If you can't make it to the ONTV studios, you can donate directly to Fish Online. Visit www.oxfordorionfish.org and click on the PayPal button to donate via credit card. Every item and dollar counts to help those in need around our community. Take part in the ONTV 5 for 5 food drive right now.
If you're in the Lake Orion area, I bet you've heard of the Fish Food Pantry. But what really is it? How do they make a difference in our community? We spoke to Michelle Bum, the Vice President of Board of Directors, to learn more about the pantry.
We call this organization, it's Neighbors Helping Neighbors. So we want to feel like when you come in here, I consider it, this is my second home. So people that come through here, you're a guest in my home. They sign up, you get to come in and you shop every 30 days. And then it's based on your weight. So like when you go to the grocery store and you cash out, you pay for everything. For us, when our clients cash out, everything gets weighed. So a family of 1 is 60 pounds, a family of 2 is 90 pounds. So if you're a family with a few children, you're definitely walking out with a full cart of groceries. That's something I think that's really nice, and especially about this pantry, we don't just hand them a box. They get to walk through. We've got very nice items. We have an organic garden at the pantry now. The reason that this pantry is so successful is nobody draws an income on this. Everybody is volunteer, and everything that is in this pantry is donations. Because we get those donations, then we're able to use some of our grant money towards gleaners, and instead of maybe necessarily purchasing food from them, we're able to get toilet paper, cleaning supplies. Those are things that you can't buy on a bridge card. I'm very grateful that we're able to do that, because that's a basic need that I think that every client that comes in here is entitled to have. Something can happen. You know, it's called life. There's things, you know, we have people that sometimes, okay, we've got this emergency situation, they need us for 1 month or 2 months, or something's happened, they need us for a couple of years. And, you know, I don't consider them, you know, clients, I consider them my neighbors and my friends. And, you know, I see these little children that, you know, I knew when they were 5 and 6 that are now in high school. And, you know, it makes me really happy, and I consider them all family.
If you'd like to volunteer with the Fish Food Pantry, you can visit their website at oxfordorionfish.org/volunteer and click the Sign Up Genius icon to select the time slot that works best for you.
The 2020 census is not too far away. WDBC's Callie Neese tells us more regarding this once-in-a-decade event.
What is the census? The what?
The what?
I don't know what a census is.
I don't know.
So what is census? The last time the census happened was about 10 years ago. How are we supposed to know, let alone care? However, Township Assistant Supervisors Jenny Batten and Sam Timko say it is very important. Upon dictionary definition, the United States Census Bureau is the principal agency for the U.S. federal statistics system responsible for producing data about the American people and economy. All that basically means is that they're trying to get an accurate count of who lives where.
The decennial census happens every 10 years, and it's required in the Constitution and the only time that every person in the United States is counted.
So it's this big survey, big whoop, right?
The census is important because it determines how many seats we get in the House of Representatives. It helps with redistricting and also determines how over $675 billion is distributed.
And it also, you know, it provides the demographics for the community. It tells us what our community is and helps at a local level determine how we're going to provide services.
$675 billion, yes, billion. But why are Americans so afraid to answer a survey that just gives their community money based on the number of people living there? Many of them are worried that the government is selling their information, or worse, going to get them into trouble. The talk about adding a citizenship question has made many community members even more worried.
So the current administration wanted the citizenship question added to the census, while the Census Bureau and other advocacy groups were very against it because they were afraid that people would be worried to take the census for fear of repercussions. Even though the answers are all confidential, they were still worried about that, and that's a real concern. So not having it on there, we are more likely to get an accurate count.
Personally, knowing how we use the data that comes in from the census, I can't see why a citizenship question would be important.
All information is confidential and no one can get in trouble. In addition, the census will be easier than ever to fill out this year.
So this is the first year that the census will be available online. So that is a very important thing, and hopefully it makes it easier. We definitely want everybody to take it as soon as they get it, because if not, they're going to try 4 more times to contact you to take the census after that initial postcard that you're going to get in early March.
If you just take the census right away, no one will bug you and your community will receive money to make it a better place.
So there's quite a few ways that teens can get involved. The most important would probably be just to talk to your families. Just encourage them to take it and the benefits of taking it. We have other events that are going to be coming up. So we're going to have like a day, likely at the library, where we're going to host like a Take a Census Day. We're going to host some community block parties, and we're going to need lots of help to run those as well.
If you are interested in volunteering with the Census Bureau, please contact Ms. Batten or Ms. Timko. Their information will be on our Twitter. And for WDBC, I'm Callie Neese.
Thank you, Callie, for that report.
Next up is a regular segment on LOAM where a student or staff member is highlighted for their backstory. For this installment of Faces of LO, we take a look at a senior lady who is finally graduating from LOCS after 10 years.
Hello, I'm Marian Janopoulos, Superintendent of Lake Orion Community Schools, and this is Faces of LO. So I went to Eastern Michigan University, and I was married at the time and had kids of my own, and I got my teaching degree. It took a little bit of time, and so then I started off as a teacher. I was kind of minding my own business and got a call from Lake Orion that they needed a superintendent as an interim for a little bit of time because the superintendent was no longer here. So I said to the board president, are you going to start the process to find a permanent person? And they said, would you stay? Well, I've been here almost 10 years. Lake Orion and even Oxford, as I said, they live here. Like you go to a football game here or a baseball game or a track meet, the whole community comes out. So it isn't just school related, it's community related. I really was taken aback and thrilled that I was the homecoming queen for a day in the homecoming parade with a crown and a banner. That was fun, as well as being able to do the coin toss for the Powder Puff game. So that was fun, and I always feel included in the district, and I think that's what makes it great to be a dragon. My favorite part about this job is being with kids. I grow, and that's one of the things for me that I think is the most important aspects. You know, nothing like working in an elementary school. The kids are absolutely spectacular. If you're ever down in the dumps or depressed, you just go down to a first grade classroom and talk with all the little ones. I have learned so much, mostly from kids. I like to go to the high school and have lunch with students because they're refreshing, and they give me a wonderful insight in life. And so while I may be a senior citizen or whatever, I kind of credit my enthusiasm for what I do to the students, especially here in Lake Orion. It's been a true joy. So that to me is really important.
We'll miss you, Marian Janopoulos.
We'll be right back after this short break.
Being a grown-up is hard. Coffee is gross. Boring. Yeah, my way. Go. I'm late for work. I can't read. Stock market. Traffic. Where's all the cartoons? This is dumb. This is dumb too.
Lake Orion's leadership class brought back the students' favorite hypnotist earlier this year. He once again took control of students' minds. Recently, hypnotist Mike Brody came back to LOHS for his semi-annual hypnotist show. He did his usual routine of hypnotizing students and, well, making them do things they normally wouldn't do. After the show, I caught up with Brody to get a rundown of what happened.
Well, let's see. We had people go to their incredible beach, and then we had, I believe we had the world's greatest Olympic rhythmic gymnast. It was incredible. We had some people stealing shoes. We had someone whose tongue kept falling out of their mouth. That was a little unique.
Jane Scavone, a junior, was among those who were hypnotized, and I was able to get her thoughts on the hypnosis.
I remember laughing a lot, like crying, and meeting Zac Efron. That was pretty cool.
Yes, you heard it correctly. Scavone was able to meet Zac Efron, or Mike Brody pretending to be Zac Efron. He was even able to get Scavone to post a picture with him on her Snapchat story with the caption, Zac Efron and me. Along with that, Brody made his head float in mid-air, according to students Angelina Milius and Diana Flores, who were also under the hypnosis. Overall, Mike Brody said it was a great show.
Absolutely, unbelievably incredible. Oh my gosh. We literally had so many different personalities up there. You can see every single one of them go, literally blossom into wonderfulness. It was unbelievable. It was one of my better shows. I really did. I thought it was unbelievable.
You're watching the ONTV 5 for 5 food drive. The event continues throughout today. Our live telethon airs until 4 p.m. and you can drop off your donations to the ONTV studios. Drop off $5 or 5 items and enter to win some amazing door prizes. The Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry distributed over 200,000 pounds of food in 2019. That's the most in their history. Your donations today will be distributed to over 400 individuals and families in the community. The need is there and we hope you can help. Stop by ONTV between now and 4 p.m. to drop off your items. Now it's time to head over to Kobe Manzo with sports.
Today's All Sports Report is full of content on the field and on the court, so stay tuned. The boys varsity basketball team took on Oak Park last night in the Fieldhouse. Tip-off was at 7 and the Dragons fought well in the first half, but fell to the Knights 59-48. Leading the Dragons, Cameron Sutton dropped 20 points and Dylan Bodenheimer added 10 of his own. The boys play next at Flint Carmen Amesworth on Tuesday. The boys and girls powerlifters are off to a great start this winter. Giuseppe Pryor has the story on our Dragon lifters.
The Dragons powerlifting team traveled to Utica Ford on January 25th for their first full team meet of the season. The varsity girls outnumbered and outcompeted the competition, having 6 lifters take first place in their weight class and placing first as a team with an overall score of 108 points. Second place went to Henry Ford with a score of 80, and third place was Port Huron High School with a score of 60. The JV Dragons pushed hard but unfortunately placed only third overall as a team with a final score of 78.
Well, today's meet was a little rough for me at the beginning, but I really pushed through with all the training that I've had this year, and it was good. I ended up getting first place. So we really pushed hard in practice these last couple months, and then obviously we came out today. We pushed it with our openers. We did really well. We failed on a couple lifts, but that's what you need to do to push yourself. So we had a lot of girls hit their magic numbers, so they qualified for states today, which is really good because we want to take a big team to states, so we have a good chance of placing individually and as a whole. So it's really good that everyone pushed themselves, and this is the first meet of the season, so it can only go up from here.
Overall, we placed like pretty much in every single weight class, which is really good. It's kind of hard to do too, so that was really good for us. Our JV team didn't do as well, got third, but that's still really good for them as well, since it's their first year. Some of them it's their first year for some of them, and then our varsity got first place, which is really good for all of us. Going forward, a lot of us got our maxes and our PR, so we're really improving a lot. So it's just more improvement.
Following the girls' meet on Saturday, the boys' powerlifting team were also looking to claim a victory at Utica Ford. This year's team consists of many new lifters, so they had a lot to prove. Varsity took home 5 medals at the competition, but lost the first place trophy to Henry Ford by a mere 5 points, 76 to 71. JV also placed second, 114 to 87.
Meet went pretty good overall. Varsity came second. We did really good for the start of the season as a team. Everybody, lifted their best, and we had a lot of placers, qualifying for states, and coming second to start the season was a really good way to start the season. We got a lot of JV guys this year, so hopefully, they can just keep improving, and I think, come next meet, they should probably be pretty close to taking first and just continuing to take first.
I did okay. It was the first meet of the season. I definitely have a lot of room to improve. I got a lot more weight to lift.
For WDBC, I'm Giuseppe Pryor.
Both the boys and girls are competing right now in Adrian as they prepare for the state meet in early March. The Dragons football team was the talk of the town this fall. The boys had one of the best seasons in recent history, going 9-2 and making it to the district championship. Teddy Hirschfield tells us more about their storied run.
Playing for a district championship on their home turf and a spot in the regional semifinals, the Dragon varsity football team took on the Eagles from Utica Eisenhower. After forcing a fumble on the opening drive, Lake Orion drove down the field and put up 3 points to start the game off from the foot of Connor Ross. Eisenhower would respond early in the second quarter to put them ahead 7-3 on a 24-yard touchdown pass. An interception from senior Joe Cady later in the second set up the Dragons on the Eisenhower 5-yard line, where they found the end zone for the first time on a 5-yard touchdown run from Kobe Manzo. The remainder of the first half was all Eisenhower as the Eagles scored 2 touchdowns, putting them ahead 20-10 going into the break. The second half continued to be an uphill battle for the Dragons, who attempted to stage a comeback but fell to the balanced offense of Eisenhower with the final of 27-20.
Tonight, the first half, I think we came out just a little conservative, and we were overthinking things and not really reading our keys, which they capitalized on that and had more big plays than us. Our overall goal was, I think, to be more physical than the other team, which I think we proved that. It's just mostly capitalizing over bigger plays, and that's something we didn't succeed in.
Yeah, it was a tough one. My hat's off to Ike. They played really well. They're a great team and really well coached. And we didn't play real well in the first half, and that's a bit disappointing. But can't say enough about this group of guys. Just what an awesome group of guys to be around, and a great team. And the things that they did this over the year with the teams that we play against and the way we beat some people is just a memory that I know I'll have with me, and I hope they have with them. I love every one of them, and great group of guys.
It didn't end up like we planned, but I love these guys with all my heart, and this is the best season we've had in a while, and I wouldn't change any of it. We went 9-2, haven't had a playoff win since 2012. So, we set the bar for the grades below us, show them what it's like to be a Dragon. I always remember it, playing with these guys, it'll just help me, boost me at the next level, and it'll have a special place in my heart.
The boys finished the season with a record of 9-2, averaging 37 points a game while only letting up 13.
Coming off a 5-5 season last year, the football team far surpassed expectations and cruised well beyond a 500 record, earning the Dragons county and statewide recognition in the process. Lake Orion High School is home to many skilled student athletes, and that's why every other week we take a look at the lives of some of our greatest competitors before they found their sport. In this edition of Beyond the Lights, we highlight the captain and libero of our 2018 state championship volleyball team, Liv Irwin.
She'll try out and she may not make it, and that's fine because it was expensive. And then they called me, her and her mom, and were shrieking bloody murder, and at that point I realized, oh my God, they made it.
Well, when she was like in 6th grade, she was going to a small parochial school, and pretty much the only thing they did there was play sports. So she wanted to play volleyball with all her friends.
I started playing volleyball in 6th grade after I tried to play basketball and softball, but those two sports weren't for me, so I started playing volleyball.
So Olivia and I tried out for dance one year after we had been dancing for like a few years or whatever. But anyways, we started training for the tryouts in the summertime, and we tried out at the end of the summer, and we both did not make the team. But that is what really made Olivia start playing volleyball, so I mean, in the long run, it was a good thing.
Probably when she was around 13, she tried out for a national light team at Legacy, which was expensive. And at the time I thought, well, she'll try out and she may not make it, and that's fine because it was expensive. And then they called me, her and her mom, and were shrieking bloody murder. And at that point I realized, oh my God, they made it. And then we realized at that point that she was a pretty decent volleyball player, and she just got better and better.
I'm playing volleyball at Thomas Jefferson University. It's in Philadelphia, and I'm playing libero DS. I'm studying graphic design, and I sometime want to coach volleyball after college. Other things that I do outside of volleyball, I am in NHS, and I coach for my travel team for the little girls. Volleyball has definitely given me the opportunity to see a lot of cities and a lot of sightseeing throughout my life, and it's just given me a lot of different opportunities.
Very proud of her, even if she didn't play volleyball. Yep. She's been a dream as a daughter.
Yep, we're going to miss her when she goes away.
I'm really excited for where volleyball takes me in my future.
That's all I've got for today's LO Sports Report. Have a great day, Lake Orion. For WDBC, I'm Kobe Manzo.
Happy Saturday, LO. I'm Jake Jor, and this is LOIQ. It's a very own trivia show on LOAM featuring contestants from around Lake Orion High School. Today, our contestant is junior Madison Carrico. How are you doing today, Madison?
Pretty good.
That is fantastic. Well, Madison, I'm going to ask you 3 trivia questions. If you get 1 question correct, you'll receive a free cookie from Lake Orion School Store. If you get 2 questions correct, you'll receive a free lanyard from the LOHS School Store. And if you get all 3 questions right, you'll receive a free Jets pack from Jets Pizza. Just for playing today, you'll receive a free beverage from the school's Rita Latte Cafe in the LC. As today is the Fish Telethon special, we will be testing your knowledge on the Fish Food Pantry. Are you ready to start, Madison?
Yes.
All right. Well, question 1. What does the acronym FISH stand for? Is it A, Friend, I Shall Help, B, Food in Shelters and Homes, C, Fish is Super Helpful, or D, Fellas, it's Sock Hour?
I'm going to go with B.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer was A, Friend, I Shall Help. All right, question 2. How many years has Fish been aiding communities? Is it A, 36 years, B, 36 minutes, C, 10 years, or D, 100 years?
I'll say A.
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. The correct answer was C, 10 years. Started in 2010, this year marks the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry's 10th year helping the community. Question 3. Who does the food and clothing donated to Fish go to help? Is it A, sea creatures, B, lower income citizens and families, C, orphans, or D, anyone who asks?
B.
That is correct. Fish is dedicated to helping any lower income citizens in need, along with families suffering from loss of jobs or seasonal layoffs. Well, Madison, you got 1 out of 3 correct, which wins you a free cookie from the school store. Thanks for playing with us today, Madison. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out?
Yes, my friend Avery Baldwin and Lucas Conrad.
That is fantastic. Well, if you'd like to be on LOIQ in the future, tweet us at DragonCast with the hashtag LOIQ or email us at dragonbroadcasting@LOK12.org. That's all I've got today. Have a dandy day, Lake Orion. For WDBC, I'm Jake Jor.
Congratulations, Madison. I hope you enjoy that free cookie. Use it wisely.
Today's live telethon continues until 4 p.m. If you would like to donate directly to FISH, you can do so online via PayPal. Visit their website at www.oxfordorientfish.org and click on the PayPal button. Also on their website, you will find information about year-round drop-off locations and needed food items. Oxford Orient Fish is a nonprofit charitable organization.
That's all the time we have for today's special edition of LOAM. Stay tuned throughout the day as the ONTV Fish Telethon continues. On behalf of Dragon Broadcasting and our entire crew, I'm Teddy Hirschfield.
And I'm Hannah Mahalik.
Thank you for watching and have a great day.